After the news that we heard, we had to take some time to process it. You know, this is something that was hard to take in. This is something that's not the easiest thing to explain.
On the morning of, something in my spirit just didn't feel right. I couldn't explain what it was. I'll just never forget, I was on the phone and something just told me that I needed to call my mom and see how my dad was doing. And I remember calling my mom and saying, "Have you seen Dad? Where has he been?" And she said he didn't come home that night.
We got the news that our father passed away. You know, that's hard in itself. But in my opinion, it's even harder when you find out on an unexpected notice. You know, we knew my dad was going through some things health-wise, but we weren't expecting this.
You know, there's three things that I really believe that my dad left me with. And I've been thinking about this because it's hard to not think about these things because of how many times he told me these things throughout my life. He always told me that he loved me. And for some people, they don't hear that from a father, or they may not even have a father. But the one thing about my dad, he just always made sure that I knew that he loved me. And another thing is, he always told me how proud he was of me, no matter what I did. Whether I did something good or bad, he always was just like, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you. I must have heard it thousands of times in my life. And that's something that I'll hold on to for the rest of my life. And lastly, he always told me that, "Justin, you're a leader." And he really truly desired for me to carry out the vision of just encouraging as many people as possible.
Justin, I have to say I'm really, really proud of you. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the encouragement. I hope I did this right.
And that was one thing that I remember about my dad too. He always encouraged and just loved on people.
That's right.
And those are three takeaways that I'll never forget when it comes to my father.
He always used to call me after every video that I posted about fishing, and he would always begin the sentence by, "You're doing it." And I always used to ask him, knowing what he was gonna say, "What do you mean, Dad? What do you mean I'm doing it? I'm doing what?" He said, "You're doing it. You're living my dream." I think what he meant by that was, you know, you're doing what you love. My dad loved fishing and boating, but he actually loved art a lot too. He always told me, you know, if you love something, you'll never work a day in your life.
Last conversations that I had with my dad was about Jonathan, and he was just telling me that I needed to drill it through his head about how he needs to do more how-to videos on his fishing channel.
For years, Dad's been telling me to get my captain's license, and over and over again, you know, you put so many people on fish, you're doing these experiences, why don't you just go get your captain's license? About 3 weeks before he passed, I actually signed up for my captain's school to get my captain's license, and I got my license. I'm now a licensed captain. I just think that that would be important for Dad to know.
It's good to be able to share some of the good memories and the good times of Dad today, with being able to just not be overwhelmed with just grief and sadness, even though it still hurts, the pain's still there.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, it's like, I know that my dad, Jonathan's dad, wouldn't want to see us flat on our face. He always wants to see us to continue to keep on marching forward. And that was one of the last things he said to me. You know, my dad was married to my mom for over 25 years. And talking about a love, like, he really, really, really loved our mother.
Yes, he did.
And not only did they live together, but they worked together. As many of you guys know, that can be an extreme challenge. But when my dad met my mom, he actually had his own lawn service. And my mom was, I believe, going to design school. And in time, he gravitated towards her passion, which was designing and interior designs. And before you know it, they started a company called Karen and Don Designers. And I'm just thankful for two amazing parents as my mom continues to sit there in the same position that Karen and Don Designer. She's working, but she doesn't have her other half there.
What people know about my mom and dad is that, you know, there's givers in this world and there's takers in this world. And my mom and dad were both collectively always giving.
You know, one of the things I beat myself up about a little bit is just the fact that, like, he really was that great of a dad. And sometimes when you get so busy with life, you're going and you're going and you're going, and you just don't take the time to appreciate what you do have. And I just wish he was here right now so I can give him a big old hug and let him know that I love him. But I know one day I'm gonna see him again in heaven. And I'm very blessed and thankful that he has his salvation shored up, and we're gonna reunite someday.
Amen. How was your experience?
Come on. I had a terrible time catching all these fish, but you know, somebody had to do it.